Oh, I'm just on the menu screen. I'm gonna just sort of ramble on to myself for a couple of minutes and see if anyone shows up, because it's a funny old time for a stream. It's the middle of the day, but it's a bank holiday Monday, so you know there might be some people. That's a UK thing where we have a holiday, and it's on a Monday, so there might be some people who can come and see what we're up to. There's Blue Asian, for example. Hello, Blue Asian. So I'm selecting things. This information is available in a number of different languages. Make sure that all of your family members can understand all of the emergency procedures. Oh, nice. Okay. For some survivors, speech and verbal instructions may be difficult to follow, and under duress, written instructions can always be requested. Okay, now I'm good with just the voices for now. That's how I tend to like things, but we'll see how it goes. Hello there, Ender Eagle. Yeah, this is just going to be a little one. What time is it now? It's 20 to 1. I'm going to keep, I meant that. 20 to 2. I'm going to play till, like 20 to 3, and then I'm going to just go and do something else. And we might be having some more streaming tonight on, a bit of Knuckles, but no promises. Yeah, exactly, Sloth. Why not? I'm here. Okay. The emergency may occur with little or no warning. Being prepared to meet any emergency may be key to survival. And settings, make sure you have the safest environment. This is a well-made game already. So everyone, everybody is constantly popping off for a bit of a Rapture, which is a game that I've been looking forward to playing for quite a long time, since it came out, really. And I've just never got around to it, so... Oh no, it's one of those games where it asks you whether you want to invert the y-axis, meaning that I immediately have a massive crisis about which of the two axes that is, and then spend the entire rest of the game wondering if I would have preferred it the other way around to whatever I ended up selecting. English original? Is it like a different... Oh, it just means that that's like English. Okay. I'm pretty sure all of this is going to be fine. So we'll exit without saving. Okay. Well, I mean, there are some games where I like it, but there are others where I don't, and you never quite know. Issued by the Haverton District Council Emergency Measures Committee, like Star Fox, that's the big one. I have no concept of whether I want to invert the thing in Star Fox or not. And every time I do, I think I've done it wrong, and every time I don't, I think I've done that wrong. What's worse are the games where they offer you the option of inverting both of the controls, and then you just, well, I don't know! You're speaking there of Elite, I assume. Or perhaps X-Wings. Everyone's popped up for a bit of a Rapture then, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be popping off for a bit of a Rapture with them. I don't know if you've heard of this game, because it's not one of the big games. It's one of the more small games. But I have been informed by reviewer Kate Gray, if I remember correctly, that this is going to be very, very reminiscent of the sort of houses that I recognise from back home. Okay. Oh dear, is it? Oh no. Oh well. That's a nice stream anyway. Bye everyone. It's all over now, apparently. I'm doing a joke where I'm pretending it's the end of the game. Very funny, aren't I? That's like when the trailers finish before a film and my dad goes, well, that was good, let's go. Haha. Very funny. That sounds like I was having a go at him. He's not even done that joke in about 20 years. But he used to do it every time. Well, that's bloody nice, isn't it? What a very pretty... It's like the Okami of the Midlands. Don't want to see this, Abby? Abby's busy. So she's mostly not going to be talking to us. Oh, hey, it's nice. Okay, we've missed the Okami bit, but there was a nice drawing and it kind of morphed into the real world. There's only one thing wrong with streaming on the PlayStation, which is very, very easy, and I would say easier than streaming on the PC. You are forced to play it with a reduced screen size. I'd be perfectly comfortable playing full screen, but then just reading the things you're saying on a phone, because that would actually be better. Oh, I think we've started. We've started. So straight away, ladies and gents, I don't know if... you and I are going to have different experiences in our lives. But if you're from the UK, then that particular design of phone mast that you can just see in the distance there is just one of the most I am at home things you can possibly see. And it's very strange to see one in a video game. So, yes, now I think we're going to be... See, there's a house, and it's quite a big house. I'm not from a background where we had big houses like that. I mean, I'm from a background where we had a house, which seems impossibly lavish today. But I'm informed that we're going to be seeing some rather pretty and picturesque houses. And I don't mean to imply that that's where... those are the houses I grew up in, but it's certainly the houses I grew up not far from. I'm from the Midlands in the UK, and I am told, again, by a review by Kate Gray, that this game resembles that area very keenly. So, so just behind me, there's this big gate. That's the word, Ender. Pylon. Oh, Thiefery is saying game in inverted commas there. Not wanting to court controversy among those who think that games where you don't punch or shoot people all the time are not really games. But I'm not one of those people. I think that any interactive environment like this counts very much as a game. In the same way that, for instance, From Hell counts as a comic, despite not being very funny. I'm from the Isle of Wight, says the... Are you really? Cool. And this gives me mad nostalgia. Thiefery, is that the first time anyone has ever responded to that information with cool? I like the Isle of Wight because I just have strong memories of going to it on holidays on 2 occasions. Once when I was so small that my memories of it are very fleeting, and in fact probably my earliest memory. And then once with primary school as a school holiday, which I'll tell you about momentarily. We seem to be in a little building of some sort with a very authentic window there. You've got your Nana's bathroom window texture there. I was extremely creeped out by the time when there was a picture of Madonna that was split into like vertical slices and spread out, and someone tweeted and got a lot of retweets, Madonna's outside your Nan's house again, or something like that. And that was so exactly precisely the texture of the glass in my Nan's front door that I've never seen it anywhere else. Apparently all Nanas had that door enough that it got lots of retweets. I didn't realise that. So I better interact with the game.
I'm going to continue to broadcast for as long as I'm able.
Okay. Are you Mabel now?
You should be able to pick up the signal right across the valley. The event has left markers. We don't understand it yet, but we're going to keep working to try and understand it. You can use them to find what you're looking for. The answers, they're all here.
Currently, Ender, there is not sound coming from the controller. Should there be?
Sorry, the light.
I'm going to have a sip of my tea. Yum. We're probably going to be having quite a British stream right now because, you know, we're all on bank holiday, and which doesn't always mean anything. You know, people work on bank holidays, but those of us who are here, it's a bank holiday. And the Americans, they're probably fast asleep at the moment. The echoes are unintentional. No, they probably are unintentional. That's just what happens when I stop talking and the microphone starts to pick up the speaker noise. Sorry about that. Let's interact with this computer. Okay, I'm going to continue talking through it so that the echoes don't... Oh, 161. What? You're going to have to put up with the echoes, I'm afraid. 16. 16, 14. 15. Nope, got it already. Oh! Hello, Fuchi... Ooh, how do we pronounce this? Fuchi Mama? It's 9 AM, we're quite awake. Well, possibly. I happen to be Dutch, says Blue Asian. Are you? That's interesting. Okay, so we're all going to pretend to be British for now, because that's what this game is. In the same way that, you know, you might pretend to be Sonic the Hedgehog while you play Sonic Mania. Today we're going to pretend to be British people playing this. I don't have to pretend all that hard. I am. Here we are at Vallis Observatory. Uh-oh. You observe some weird stuff at Vallis Observatory, let me tell you. Let's examine the exegesis of, I don't know, the PlayStation 4. I can't remember who made this game, so I can't say them. Whoa! What? That was right? Gosh. Ah, now, I just then felt myself going, what a slow walking pace I have. It's a shame there's no running button. But then I remembered the little kerfuffle that Mr. Sterling had when he didn't realise that indeed there is a run button. However, it's difficult to find because it doesn't start as soon as you press it. You have to hold it down for a little bit or something. Is it this? Is it a trigger? Is it that trigger? Is it that trigger? Or is it that trigger? No, I can't seem to find it. Is it clicking that? Is it clicking that? Can't find it. Oh well, let's follow this phone noise instead. There isn't a jump, so I can't go up there. That's a bit frustrating. This, though, very, very accurate to the sort of roofs and things. I mean, I realise it's a silly little thing to even think about, but all the bricks and roofs and doors here look like the sort that I'm used to seeing. But they really do, and there's an extra element to this game that I...
Hold down R2, and you'll build up momentum.
Hold down R2, really? Okay. Okay, so I'm having trouble getting anywhere with this. I'm now holding down R2. Let's see if we speed up at all. I mean, it's very subtle if it's happening. I feel like it isn't. Abduction. Alright, well the phone I can hear is up there and I can't get through there, so that's just going to have to remain frustrating. Oh look, a little set of steps. Can we go up them? Oh, I am going a bit faster. Yeah, it took ages. Wow. Oh, okay. What was that?
I'm trying to do my job. You two will be the only staff on site for this rotation. I'm just saying, if the main gate power fails, then there's no way in or the observatory.
That's why there are backup generators. Jesus, why the hell are we discussing this?
Just don't you run into me if you get locked in.
If we get locked in, we won't be able to come running to you, will we?
Oh.
You let us worry about the clever stuff, and you can concentrate on sweeping the leaves, changing light bulbs.
Alright, steady on.
Piss off.
What a rude... Yes, he was. What a rude man that was. Yes.
Because you're angry with me doesn't mean you have to take it out on everyone else.
Kate, can we just talk about this?
Steven, I'm done. I just want to get out of this place, and tonight is our best chance of doing that. You prep the arrays, I'm heading up to Tower 6.
Kate.
What's going on here?
You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that. Come on, let's get started.
This is weird and interesting. So, there was a little thing up there. There was just a little light in the sky and it told me to tilt my controller to the left, and I did. And it just sort of, like, I don't know, kind of unlocked that little flashback. That's interesting. And by the way, rest assured, if you have a 5.1 setup, all of those people sound exactly like they are in the places around you that they appear to be. That bloke was absolutely, the rude one was absolutely behind me when he was supposed to be, and it was lovely. I'm still very impressed by 5.1 because I've not had it for about, I think have we had it for a year yet? Maybe. Still feels new and exciting to me. Put it that way. Oh, there's one. What if I tilt my controller now? No. Okay, I'm tilting it. I'm tilting it like a mad wiggly man. There we go. There we go. There we go. Jeremy, it says. I'm trying to run after Jeremy, but it takes a very long time to build up speed with this. I am Where are you going, Jeremy? Come back. You're very pretty. Whoa! There goes Jeremy.
Look, behind you.
If this is how wandered off that way before they closed the road, I suspect they'll never find me. Not until it's all
There was no need to be so rude.
Well, if they are so concerned that they are willing to close off roads, I suspect they would argue that yes, indeed. What is certain is that for the time being, none of us are going anywhere.
But he had a rifle, a soldier with a rifle in Shropshire. The world's gone stark raving mad. I've a good mind to write to my MP.
You do that, Barb, and I'll personally deliver it for you, once this blockade is removed anyway. Come on, Bob. I can't spend all day chasing pensioners around the valley. The surgery won't open itself.
This is lovely.
Grab some paracetamol when we get back as well.
I'm really enjoying this. Okay, so for anyone who isn't British, I've heard a lot of people say that this is an accurate simulator of what it is like to be British, and I'm going to back that up to an extent. What I am going to say is it's less like actually this isn't what life is like, but this is what places... Ooh, that one's real. There's a real siren outside. This is what places look like in the UK, specifically in the bit I grew up in the Midlands. And, but there's something about the dialogue which makes this an extremely accurate simulation of, like, being in an episode of The Archers or something. It's that... I'm really digging the acting style in this, because it's like it's a style that's sort of lost, but is only just lost. It's like the normal style of acting of British things in the 80s, basically. Not things that were like comedically 80s-y, just like serious things, normal things, radio dramas and things like that, and just programs for grown-ups. People talked like this in them. And of course that is when I paid the most attention to my surroundings, because I was, new in the world and so on. So this is a very strangely nostalgic experience. Oh.
You're right.
I know. I'm going to answer it. Don't you worry. I'm just also having a little look around Yorton. That's a lot like the sign for that place we went to, Grassington.
Ooh.
Hello.
If you can hear this, you need to shut down the optical array. It's using the observatory as a conduit to reach us and start spreading its range beyond the valley. Kate, we can't afford to let it do that. It's getting stronger. I'm going to call Clive back and I'm going to force him to order the strike. I just don't see what other choice we have. God knows if it'll work. Can you hear me? We need help. Who are you? Jesus, get off the front! Get off the front! It's in the front!
Okay, wow. Yeah, this is a bit spooky. So I'm I'm turning the microphone off while there's stuff for me to just listen to, so that it doesn't echo too much down your heads. Ooge. That was me. That was the noise of me rearranging myself on the sofa. Ooge. Okay, so let's drive carefully in Yorton. Here's somebody driving extremely carefully. I don't think you can... I think that's the maximum of care that you can take. Well, they're not even there. They're so careful.
Not parked carefully, though.
It could be worse. I've parked worse than that. Recently. Hey, where'd you go? Hey. Hey, don't tell me you can miss them. This is great. There he is. Who are you? Who are you, Jeremy? Oh dear.
Don't be so hard on yourself. We've had rejections.
You haven't.
We'll look at the figures, tighten the data, and submit. Your core ideas sound just got the numbers right.
Don't patronise me.
I'm not patronizing you. I think you are a brilliant...
That's not what I said. Oh, and he's just breezed off out the window.
I'm here, right? We're together, you and me. The alignment event tomorrow. It's yours, okay? You saw the opportunity, you ran your numbers. Even if they can't see it. I'm proud of you.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
Steven. Look on the bright side. Around here, you're a hero. Prodigal son returns, right? I'm surprised they haven't erected a statue in your honor yet.
Oh, you can laugh all you want. But I'll bet the parish council have a subcommittee working on that right now.
Okay. Oh! 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 I just went through time! I mean, or rather, I was already through time, and then I went back through time again. Look! Look at those two random just lumps! A little heap of this is great! This is absolutely brilliantly made. Look over there! Look through all there! God, this is great! Look at this! We've been to places like this, right, Abby?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who lives in sorts of places like this, but this is the sort of place that we go to visit. Yeah, here we go. Here's a pub. Here's... My dad would have been eyeing this up. We'd probably go there for our dinner. The Stars at Night. Ooh. Interesting name for a pub. Yes, Thiefree, it is. It really is. I wonder how much this is going to look like a pub. I was a bit belligerent about pubs for the longest time when I was a teenager because I just wasn't interested. Like, I wasn't... you were supposed to suddenly want to go to pubs and stuff, and it annoyed me. But now, I still don't go to pubs because I live in the middle of a city and I want to go to one of those nice country pubs like we're looking at here. But find yourself one of these, get some food in you, and you're going to have a lovely time. Let's see if we're allowed in. Closed until further notice. Let's see if there's a further notice. No. We've got the flu. Please try the 7th Whistler. We'll be back in business as soon as we're up and about. George and Helen Gables. Well, that's lovely. Let's see if I can still get in. Yes, I can. Hello! George and Helen Gables! Yep. Yep, this checks out. This is what a pub looks like. I think there would probably be a few more tables cramming the place up a bit, but this sort of game is all about having a lot of room to move about. So, ale of the day, 50p? 50p? When's this set? Well, there you go. There's a clue as to when this is set. It's set not in the present. Oh. And if everyone's popped off to the old Rapture, they've done it very recently because that's still sizzling away. Oh, is that Pat's van out the back? Let's go and have a little look. Oh, in a sort of cleaning cupboard. Let's have a look. A Walkman! There we go! So we're in the 80s. Alright, lovely. I accept. Good morning, Mrs. Goggins. Oh, I saw one. Well, quite. I assume I'm probably the most evil person in the world. I'm probably the last person who'd still not accepted Christ into my heart, and so I've not been raptured. But let's find out. There she goes again. Blue Asian theorises that because I bombowed my way through Postman Patches there, that's the reason I haven't gone to the Rapture. Let me just check this door before I move on. Nay. Alright.
You know,
Oh.
CD is an outside window as well.
Is that supposed to make me feel any better?
I understand it's difficult, that's all I'm saying. You're locked up at Vallis, have never mixed with the local community. People here, they don't really understand what you do up there.
Are you trying to get me to come to your church?
It's not just about faith. It's about the community. Be involved. Be seen as part of it. One of them.
Good morning, Father. Lovely day. Oh, hello.
It's Dr. Collins.
Lady scientist. Whatever next.
Good morning, Barbara.
Father Wheeler.
You really think that's a community that will ever see me as one of them? I can live with them staring at me. If they just stay out of my way.
Okay. Alright then. Huh, okay. I want to find out who the bloke is, because I kind of recognise his voice, but I don't know what the character's name is. Is he called Sam, or is that someone else? There's somebody here whose character is called Sam. And he is from some stuff. What?
We used to sing that version of Hudson Pattern School.
Well, that's very depressing. Oh, I should be poking the radios. Okay, I'll go back and poke that one from a minute ago. Just a moment. I'm just looking through the IMDb for that bloke, Sam. But, no, I'm not seeing anything I would recognise him from, particularly. Right, I'm going to have another sip of my tea. Peter Post. He's known as Peter Post. Whoa, 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 what's happening? Whoa, 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 whoa.
Wow.
Beatman Post. Okay, where was that radio? It was on that table over there, right? I'm gonna give you a poke.
I keep looking, but it makes no sense. The area we picked the pattern up from can no longer be located on the scope. That's just not possible. You can see significant changes to the quality of the ambient light in that part of the sky. It's overexposed, like a Polaroid left in direct sunlight.
Alright. Now I've spotted a little phone box over there. Phone box! Phone box. No real point referencing that, is there? That none of you have heard it. Perhaps I'll put it on the Patreon later. We found a tape of music that I made when I was about 13, 14 on my Amiga. Get in there. And yeah, it's pretty good. Some of it's pretty good. And by good, what I mean is it's me going into a microphone and then making music out of that. But quarantine. Do not attempt to leave, you will be detained. Do not attempt to telephone outside your local area. Oh, keep your radio on at all times. Huh. It's a shame because it's a lovely little house, isn't it? Okay. I'm really enjoying the fact that there's a blue one here. And do you know what that reminds me of? Do you know what that makes me feel like? What that makes me think of? There's no point telling you because it's absolutely not a reference any of you like have in common with me. But I refer to the Wareham Bears. There is a town somewhere called Wareham. Wareham. W-A-R-E-H-A-M. I'm going back because it's clear I can explore everything and I want to go in those houses. And when I was a tiny little fella, we went to the Wareham Bears, which is, I think it's just a sort of a museum of teddy bears, I think, and they've got different ones in display cases and things. But they had a gift shop. And at this gift shop, you could get Oh, hello! Well, I'm tilting, but he's not doing anything. You could get little bears, little bears, and they were in kind of little pick and mix trays, and there was loads of little tiny widdly ones, and they were just sort of, I don't know what they were just kind of woven tiny bears, about the size of, I don't know, about, well, bigger than a coin, but not much, like little bears. And I had 3 white bears, but my brother got blue bears, and they were the exact colours of white and blue that we see depicted here on these houses. So I'm going to try and get in this house. I don't think I can get in the houses, but I think I can follow that track through to the back garden. I can't even get in the garden of this one, the front garden. Alright, well, I'm going to go to the back, but first I'm going to see what's going on with this sign here. Oh, and that. Oh, it's a little map of where I am. Vallis Observatory, Tipworth Forest, Appleton's Farm, Little Tipworth, Lakeside. And this is in a place called Shropshire. Now, Shropshire is a real place. I don't know if I've been to Shropshire or not, but I'd warrant it probably looks a bit like this. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's very nice. But I can't tell if it looks precisely like this or what. Where was that flashy I saw? Aha. Come here, Jeremy. I'm tilting like I've never tilted before. Like there's no tilty tomorrow. But he's not doing anything. Oh, I think I was just supposed to follow it. But I want to go in those back gardens. There's a little church on the hill there. Oh, that'll be that bloke's church. Is that where I'm being taken? Well, might as well engage with the narrative.
Well, I really don't see what it has to do with me at all.
The village looks up to you. I just think what's been happening with Mr. Coles and Mrs. Boughton and the others, people need somewhere to talk, to feel safe.
Perhaps they don't think that your church is somewhere they feel particularly safe.
I don't believe you because whosoever thou art that judgest, for wherein thou judgest another, thou condemnest thyself. Romans chapter 2 verse 1.
Beware of practicing your righteousness before other people in order to be seen by them. Matthew chapter 6 verse 1. It's not my judgment you should be worried about, Father. Fine. I'll talk to Barbara. Ask her to put a note up in the surgery about an extra service. Will that do?
And away they fade. Now, she sounded ever so archers, didn't she?
Ooh.
Who was that? What was she off? In a moment, I'm on IMDb. Didn't hear a name for the character, did you?
No. Sorry. Barbara? Maybe? No, that was the other one.
Could have been Wendy Boyles, I suppose. Well, we'll just have to wait until I hear some character names. And I can certainly hear a swooshy going on. Where's the swooshy going? Well, I don't know, so I'm going to carve my own path. I'm going to try and find that house that I was at a minute ago and... Oh, wait, it seems to be the path that I'm actually being led down as well. Oh, I've totally lost track of where I was going. Okay, I'll just follow you.
So they're worried enough. Oh, goodness. Well, there's a bit of outbreak, I suppose, but I'm just saying, if you were planning on taking the kids to Wales, now might be the time to do it.
Well, thanks, Barbara. I'll have a word with Neil, see what he thinks. Now, George, Benjamin, for God's sake, leave it alone!
Sounds like there's someone walking around behind me all the time, doesn't it? This is lovely.
Get her in the way. Where's Kate? What do you think she is? What's going on? Screw Kate. It's all her fault anyway.
Steve!
Jordan Stores. Can't tell if I'm supposed to be activating this thing by wiggling my controller or not. That tilt the controller thing. I don't know what that mechanic was. I think the ball is trying to tell you where you should go or something, so just ignore it. Yeah, alright. Okay, I think I tilted that one into being.
This is people's property. It's scary. It's all over the village. It's got into everything. It's so far. What are you talking about? It's travelling down the wire. Where is it? What have you done? Don't you understand? It's breaching the quarantine and adapting. No, get up. It's mine.
Oh, that was nice. Oh!
It's starting to manifest itself everywhere.
That was ace. Okay, I don't know if you saw that, Abby, but the two guys were fighting over, quote-unquote, a can, and then there was a little sparkle of stars that indicated that they dropped this can of paint or something, and that's what they were fighting over, and then this, and then they went, oh, it's manifesting itself everywhere. So these light things that I'm following around are the thing he's worried about. Look at this. Gosh, it's nice. Well, I don't know if they all have quarantine notices, but most places seem to. Now, where are those houses? I want to go back there. Yeah, I see you, but I'm going to those houses. Because I saw a thing. There was a little garden path to go down, and I bet there was something interesting down it. But where? Where was it? I feel like it there. There it is. How do I get around this flipping hedge? It's just like in real life, where if you're one side of a hedge, you actually, like a chump, walk all the way around the hedge when you could just hop over it. Like in a video game, but not this video game. Aha! Hello? Hello, can you hear me again? Hello, my controller died. My controller died. Only microphone audio is being broadcast. We don't want that. There we go. Audio and gameplay. Hello again, everyone. What fun. I didn't know that could happen. Well, I suppose I did, really, but there was no indication that the controller needed charging up. I thought it had been on charge, but apparently not. So, finally, here I am in these lovely back gardens. And what nice back gardens are. I can't sit comfortably now because I've got to be physically in the right place so that my USB charger... I think we're okay, Abby, if you do want to stretch out. Okay. I hear a radio, but is it in this garden? Is it in this greenhouse? Greenhouse. Always an interesting thing, isn't it? All of this sort of house has greenhouse. It has a greenhouse. Most detached houses have a greenhouse. Does anyone use greenhouse? I wouldn't even know what one was for. Like, oh, here we go. Like, I think that a greenhouse is for, I don't know, growing things in, but like, yeah, I know, I'm just walking about. But like, what? Like what? This person has chosen to grow a boomerang. Alright.
The magnetic field is causing disruptions to phone signals and the rest of the electrics. There are voices on the line. It's 4 a.m. Maybe everyone's up looking at the light show.
Right. I'm just doing another little, I'm tweeting that I'm doing this. There we go. Right, yeah, greenhouses. What are they actually for? What do you do? What's the real use for a greenhouse? This person's used it a bit like a shed. So they're keeping paint in it. They're keeping what appears to be some sort of pressurized container. It's a sort of, yes, it's a sort of filler stuff. Lots of paint. I would be worried about keeping paint and certainly whatever these are, because they're being heated up beyond the usual amount by their environment, aren't they? So this person's just using it as a storage area for gubbins, really. But I think a greenhouse is supposed to be for putting plants in. You know, little plant pots with seeds in them that are growing into plants. But what's that for? What in turn is that for? I don't know. I feel like you'd make better use of your space if you just made a shed. You know? But then I speak as someone who would much rather sit in a little room and be on a computer than have plants coming out of pots. So what do I know? Now what's over here? Is this another pub? It kind of looks like different from just a house, but I could be thinking of the fact that it seems to have... Oh, right, yes. It's that I was interpreting the back door as some sort of poster. It's a weird thing for me to do, isn't it? Okay, this is number infinite. Oh no, it's number 18. That's a bit sort of Angel of Death, isn't it? The sort of door that doesn't have a handle. There's always something a little bit eerie about them. Of course, I mean, I think that's what my door is. It's eerie, isn't it? I think if it was up to me, I would install a handle just to look like a nice door instead of a scary one. No radios in there. This person's quite well to do. They've got...
He's married. There are other people involved in this.
I hardly think that anyone's in a position to claim the moral high ground, do you?
Oh, quite nice, Stephen. I'm honored, but I think Kate might see differently.
Do you? I mean, she's not screwing anyone else, pardon my French, but she spends all day and night locked up in that observatory. Stephen says they barely see each other. That's hardly marriage, is it?
Wow, everyone's really harsh on this Kate for just wanting to do some science. God, this is nice. I know. Maybe the people who made this game just don't know what a greenhouse is, much like I don't, and just thought it's a sort of shed. I'm trying to think what... Because we had a greenhouse, and I'm trying to think what was done with it. It did have, at one point... Well, here's what was done with it, and I suspect that this is true for a lot of people who own greenhouses. It was, at one point, that point being when we first moved in, used as a greenhouse. There were trays with little plant pots in them that had little sprouts coming out of them, stuff like that. Within very, very short amount of time, it was just a place where there had once been something going on and there was now a lot of cobwebs, and then, you know, it just sort of became a sort of storage facility for Well, deck chair covers, that was one thing. A big spade, that was another thing. A broom, a classic witches style broom, which obviously was a very handy prop for garden games. Because we did have a bit of a garden on the back of our house. They had a well, they still have a good amount of garden. Not as much as this house here has, but if you imagine, maybe sort of okay, so if their house was where this hedge was, yeah, about like that. If I'm looking down there, about down to where the house is. That's their garden, so it's a good one. Plenty of space for playing and pretending to be a witch. Howdy, howdy, howdy! It's the infamous Neo. You must have heard of him from The Matrix.
Visual and auditory distortions are becoming more frequent, along with mild convulsions to the left side, all of which support a preliminary diagnosis of intracranial hypertension, occurring as a result of a substantial and rapidly expanding tumor originating, I believe, within the hypothalamus. Cognitive functions are currently unimpaired, aside from this crippling headache. Hemorrhaging is becoming more frequent, with dark clots passing through the nasal passages primarily. I believe I am dying. This is certainly not flu or anything else I have ever encountered. And certainly a tumor cannot expand this rapidly. In the blood clots, I see tiny flecks of what looks almost like, if I had to try and find a description, liquid light. I cannot explain this phenomenon.
This is really cool. I like this a lot. Well, Neo, everyone's gone to the flipping rapture, haven't they? They've only gone to the rapture. Now then, I need to track down... I've had a little look around now. Now I'm happy to follow the little stream of like, oh, hello, what have we got here? Some sort of public... Well, not public building in the sense of a... You could just wander in, but it's... Oh no, I thought at first that it was like a town hall or something, but I'm guessing, since it says influenza there, we're looking at some sort of doctor's office or something. Let's have a look. So they thought it was Spanish flu, but the doctor... Oh yeah, that's why his car was just there. The doctor was quick to notice that not only was he dying of it, but it absolutely wasn't flu. There seems to be magic in it. Huh.
There's some cure patients on my line.
Just send them to the village hall with the others, please, Barbara.
Doctor, people are scared. Mrs. Gable just told me that her husband's vanished. She was very frightened. She said there was blood coming from his ears.
What the hell do you want to do? Until they lift the quarantine, they're not going anywhere. Just tell them to drink plenty of fluids, stay warm, and follow the instructions on the radio.
Doctor, Phil, please, you have a duty to your patient.
Flippin' heck! This is cool.
Yeah. This is really cool. Okay, so he was both a doctor and called Phil, so I've got two ways of identifying that character now. So let's have a little look on IMDb. Philip Wade, I'm betting. Simon Chandler. Lord Dawson in The King's Speech. I have seen that, but I don't remember which one was Lord Dawson. Canon Gilbert in one episode of Call the Midwife, which it's an episode I haven't seen, so okay. And is the sort of person who shows up on episodes of Casualty and things. I mean, honestly, they're all the sorts of actors who show up in this sort of thing. So they are probably, half of them, from the Archers, because most British actors are. Which would explain the Archers-y vibe that I'm getting from this. Someone's eaten a jelly donut, made quite a mess before going to the Rapture. That's right, Dan. Infamous Neo says it's like I'm watching Doctor Who. Why Doctor Who in particular? We're in not just good old Blighty, we're in the blightinest blight that ever blighted. This is an extremely familiar depiction of the real sorts of place that exist. Except, of course, for the magical light ghost toxins that appear to be flying around and killing everybody. So let's see what I can get out of them. So I wonder if it's showing me... So it's disappeared down that road. I wonder if it's... It took me here first, so perhaps I'm supposed to look round in here before following it. Yes. Tilty, tilty. Tilty, tilt. Oh!
Looking for Dr. Wade.
Listen, Frank. I don't know what's happened, but your Stephen seems to think he's responsible.
I reckon he is.
He said, Kate's still up at the observatory, but the gates are locked. Frank, there's going to be a rescue soon, I'm sure of it. They'll send planes or something.
Well, they'll send planes, all right. This pattern of it, we're in the center of it. Which means if they intend to stop it, we're right in the firing line.
God, this... You're right, this does feel like Doctor Who in a sense, but not modern Doctor Who. This feels like the more, you know, the older Doctor Who's that had more time to talk. It feels like, it feels like a proper little TV drama, but that I get to walk about in. I hesitate to say it because one always harbours these little fantasies, doesn't one? But this is a sort of game I could sit my mum down to. And be like, just have a go on this.
I think my mum would like it too.
I think yours would. Oh! And? Mm-hmm. Andy's got a PS4 now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Mind you, this was one of the month free games.
I don't think it is an expensive game.
No, I don't think it is. Someone took a bottle of ketchup to the bathroom there. Yep, quite right. Yeah. Yes! Exactly, Dan. Quite exactly. It's a bit dim in here for me to see where I'm going. Here we go. Oh, there's that. Who coughed? Who coughed? Who coughed just then? It's like it's made up of little sounds and bits. I wish you could be sitting here in the middle of the speakers as well, by the way. The sound on this is ever so well made.
This is the one where the soundtrack ended up in the charts.
Oh, that's right?
Got them all. You got them all. Jesus Christ. Help me. Oh Lord. Give me strength. Hello? Hello, is anyone there? Is anyone still there? Oh. You are still here then. I should have expected that. Come on then. Let's get this over and done with. I've got my parishioners to attend to.
How did they time that? This is really well made. See, you were just bringing up the soundtrack there, and I was gonna reply with something about how there hasn't really been one. And then suddenly this really well-timed musical thing happened. This is ever so good. I'm stuck. There's a pew in my way. Pew! Oh, look at these. Do I tilt? Tilty, tilty, tilty? Tilty?
Hold it.
Tilty? That way? That way? Okay, so I am affecting it by tilting. Tilty, tilty, tilty. Manko, what am I supposed to do with this tilty controller mechanic? I've never figured it out. I somehow can, like, activate these by tilting, but I don't get it. Hello, by the way. Come on.
Hold it rather than keep...
Well, I have been. That's the first thing I did. It just puts it over there. Or you can put it over there.
Right.
Oh, I think I need to find a, like, focal point in between. There we go.
Right. Okay.
Oh, this is a tricky one. I think this is supposed to be a trickier one to do. Whoa! There we go.
Their line has gone out through all the earth. And their words to the end of the world. In them. And I set a tabernacle for the sun. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
So how was this the focus of all that ire from people going like, oh, it's not a real game, walking simulators? This is like exactly the sort of thing we all hoped would happen one day, where people can just make these little places that you can be in. I mean, yeah, you're not shooting,
because they... What happens is you get a lot of fuss over it from people who are like, this is the kind of game I want to play. And then it's because they get a lot of fuss made about it.
Yeah.
And then people who play shooting games go, oh, why is this getting lots of fuss? Play it, are bored.
Yeah.
And have a big moan.
I guess there's an element of... One of the things that... Gamers of the sort who are in for the shooting and the punching are very...
Do you include me?
Oh, God, yeah. I'm in for a load of those games, but people who are just in it for that are strangely worried it'll go away. Like, they seem to take credibly as a threat anything that... Like, when someone criticises that kind of game, as, you know, even as I am now to an extent, even though I'm not being very forceful about it, look at this.
Oh, dear.
There's a great swathe of people who think that means you have to fight back or it might stop. That sort of game might go away and stop being made. And it's a very strange attitude, because it's got to come from somewhere, you know. When you feel like something that's fundamentally not that important might go away, and you're on such a tight rope.
Yeah.
That thinking that might happen at any moment, that you take small criticisms as big threats and so on. It's like, I don't know what that means. I don't know where I'm going with this. But when you're very protective of something that doesn't need protecting, it's just psychologically interesting. Like, what's made them do that? What am I missing that makes them think that there's a threat to Call of Duty when something grown up gets made? And why would it matter if there was? Yeah, sorry, Blue Asian. That's me. Oh no, it's not. This is the full walking speed. Allegedly. I mean, there was a big kerfuffle about the fact that if you hold the trigger down, it becomes a run button, but it isn't. It's not doing it. I've been holding it down this whole time. This is me holding it down now. Wendy.
Oh, so you've been following one path, one person.
Oh.
The priest.
Oh.
Exactly, Manco.
No, it's a shame though, isn't it? What's behind me?
I think she had left a spot there to tilt it, maybe? Oh, it's pretty. This is lovely.
Yeah. We are going to have to stop soon though, because I only put in for an hour. They're afraid the FPS will go to the Rapture. Was I being unfair there? Like, that's what it seems like. It seems like there's a great contingent of people who... Well, I mean, I started talking again, but I'm only going to make the same hash up of it. But just... They feel very protective of something in a shocking and alarming way. Liable to lash out in protection of something that doesn't need protecting because it isn't under threat. Which makes it feel like they feel perhaps themselves under threat in some way. But then it sounds like I'm being like, oh, those sorts of people when I say that, but... Oh, come on, that's a style. I must be allowed over that. Yeah, there we go. It's a logical stopping point, says Manco. Oh, yes, but I'm waiting for a little save symbol to come up. And I did see one earlier. I can't... No, I can't. Sure, yeah. No. Well, that's kind of what I mean. I think that when people act on... Because, and I'll, you know, I don't want to sound like I'm going, oh, when people like that. So, when I'll include myself in this, because I've certainly done this, when we act rashly and quickly and suddenly, you can read way more into it about what we're really thinking, you know? And the sort of the louder and the angrier someone is about nothing, the more you go... What was that really? What was that? What were you thinking of there? I wonder if it's something to do with just sort of how much of a... Perhaps I'm projecting here, but I have thought from time to time about how much time we waste. And what more of a waste of time is there than... Not anymore, because things have moved on a bit, but... A few years ago, the annual Call of Duty style games really did become a waste of time, and I wonder if there's a certain amount of panic over, like, well, we've wasted this amount of time on it, so we must protect it as having been a good decision, you know? I have lashed out like that about games like Call of Duty and such as Neo, because I feel like rehashing the same game over and over is damaging to... And then, unfortunately, there's a character limit on the PlayStation, so you've sort of cut out there. Let's activate this. The industry.
The dog kept me awake, and there was that thing in the sky. The radio said it was an electrical storm, but I don't know what it was. This morning, I found some dead birds in the garden.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wonder if it might have had something to do with the atmospheric conditions.
Why, Stephen will probably know. I'll give him a call in a bit.
Wendy, I've popped around because we've had some incidents with some of the more elderly residents. Mrs. Boughton has, well, vanished, for want of a better word. Wandered off somewhere, no doubt. I thought I'd best check and see you're all right.
The council are talking about a flu epidemic.
Yes, well, I'm not sure it's flu as such. But no headaches... Nosebleeds, no joint pains or digestive issues?
Dr. Wade, I'm as fit as a fiddle. Go and find some real sick people to look after. And if you see that son of mine, tell him that his mother's looking for him.
Whoops, the microphone was off. Thank you, Thievery. Sorry, I switched it off so that cutscene wouldn't echo. I was, yes, you're quite right, Mango. What I was saying as I was walking around was that, hello, and I was looking at Little Birds and Where to Find Them by M.W. Hope before and talking about that. I was saying, here is an 80s house. This is what it used to look like in the 80s. I remember this. This is what things used to look... This is what Nana's houses used to look like, right? Now... This one doesn't even have a telly. and I was talking about how we didn't have any computers then, and we didn't have, like... And I was like, what did we even used to do with our time? Don't know. Did know. We used to stare at the TV. That's what we used to do. And of course, if you had a little garden like this, you could go and sit in it, but this is quite an extensive sort of garden. Not a lot of people had them. I don't think I can think of anyone who did. That I personally knew. Oh, except my piano teacher, who lived on a farm and had acres of land around the place. But, exactly. But, no, what I particularly wanted to draw your attention to was the wallpaper. Because we used to have wallpaper in the 80s. This is what it... If you've ever wondered... If you're of a generation that's never really seen wallpaper, and you've ever wondered what it looked like, this is what it looked like. And, I mean, I'm sure you've seen wallpaper, but you haven't really necessarily been to a place that had it, because I've realised I've not seen any wallpaper in a long time. A really long time. And I was just thinking about how future generations... Yeah, exactly. It just occurred to me just the other day. I just realised that I haven't seen wallpaper in a long time. And, like... Are kids going to know about wallpaper? Like, when they... I can't think what it was that set me off on this, but there was some example of wallpaper in fiction. I think it might have been... Like, I was thinking about how they had wallpaper in the Mr. Men. They had little flowers drawn on the walls. And I was just thinking, like, will a kid now know what that was? Because to us, it was just totally normal. It was like, yeah, like, it didn't even occur to us to think, why are there flowers drawn on this person's wall? But that might not be a thing anymore. We may be in the post-wallpaper... world now. Dan says shiplap is the new wallpaper. What on earth is that? Shiplap. There it is. Look at it go. Oh, it's so sweet.
I mean, the balls are like other people, aren't they?
Yeah. A sonic border? What do you mean border? What, like at a hood? As you walked around, there was always a sonic border. Like a strip of wallpaper around the middle of my wall. Oh, yes! I had a Thomas the Tank Engine one. Well, there's remembering wallpaper, yes, but I mean kids now, like actual children now. Does this game have spooks? Well, everyone we've spoken to so far has been spooked. Oh, Smash, you've missed it. Have you just got here? Yeah, we are walking around in a whole spooky, villagey town. But we shall walk around in more of it another time, because me and Abby have to go and do a bit of shopping. Maybe go and do some work. Yeah, exactly. Okay, bye everyone. This is absolutely lovely. I'm off to the Rapture, I suppose. How do I stop this? I always forget. It takes a very long time to stop. There's all sorts of button presses you have to do. You have to go into different menus. This one and then this one. Bye!